Steelman pointed out that I may have had larger contingents of Indiana Players kids casts, but never an adult cast this big. My goodness gracious. Look here in the studio. We've got a bunch of folks from the Indiana Players with us. Our Town, one of the classic local theater productions, is coming up, courtesy of the Indiana Players. Vanessa Arvidsson is the director. She's in the studio with us, and Liz Silvas as well. I sort of, or I guess you guys voted in, the two of you, as the spokespersons here this morning to get us rolling. Our conversation is brought to you by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Vanessa, you've got a whole bunch of folks to work with.
Yes, I do. We have a cast of 18.
Wow.
Yeah, ages 10 and up.
10 and up. Yeah, for Our Town.
Yeah.
And Liz, you're a cast member?
I am a cast member, the production stage manager, and the music director.
Oh, you're busy enough.
Just a little bit.
Wear a few
You're
hats.
busy enough. And then behind you, we'll have everybody introduce themselves and tell us who they play. But set us up here, Vanessa, for Our Town.
So, like you said, Our Town is a very classic, timeless American play written by Thornton Wilder back in 1938. And it's kind of withstood the test of time in that it speaks to humanity and connections and these life lessons that we learn throughout, our life and afterwards. It's a very deep play, but just full of love and values that we can all connect to, especially being in a small town here. I think that it's a perfect show to bring to the Indiana community.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier with an amazing cast. I've been so lucky.
Yeah. For people who are familiar with Our Town, they probably, you could look at the cast members you have here, and you've got 18 people in the cast anyway, and you could probably say, well, this person fits that role, and that person's perfect for this role, and back and forth. And maybe sometimes you want to go against those particular casting types of things. But for you working with a group this large, have you done that before?
Yeah, I've worked on some larger, especially like we were saying, like kids shows and stuff, which are large casts.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be the largest adult show or all ages show that I've directed.
Yeah. It's as big as it gets. All
Yeah,
right.
but it's been great.
So, Liz, tell us about what you're doing in this play.
I am Mrs. Gibbs in the play, and I was not prepared to jump in like I did. It's a lot of fun. It's been an exercise in learning to pantomime, because you don't really think about how hard it is to pretend to make breakfast and people to understand that you're making breakfast.
So what are you doing? You're flipping hamburgers or
French
pancakes and
toast.
stuff like that? You're doing some French toast?
French toast, some bacon.
All right. Do you ever react to bacon spitting at you?
No, but maybe I should tonight.
Hey, work that in, would you?
I will.
All right. And as the stage manager with a cast that big, you've got to put up the stop sign here and wave this one through and do all kinds of things, don't you?
Well, it's been a bit of a team effort. It's a lot of me sending a whole lot of text messages out, like, please make sure you're on time. Please make sure you drink this.
In 1938, they did not have that.
That's true. Thank goodness. Carrier pigeons. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Vanessa, before we move on and meet the other cast members, showtimes.
So the shows are Friday and Saturday at 7:30. House opens at 7, and Sundays it's at 2:30. House opens at 2 o'clock.
That's this weekend.
Yes, it's this weekend and next weekend.
And next weekend. 2 weekends, Friday and Saturday night shows, and Sunday matinees.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, let's meet some of these other cast members. You can all come forward, tell us who you are, what you play, one at a time.
I'm Michael Schwartz, and I'm Mr. Webb, the editor of the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of the dads.
Yeah.
In the play, and It's the fulfillment of a real dream to do this classic play, and I'm lucky to get to do it here with all these great people, and I'm looking forward to an audience.
So it was written in 1938. Is it a period piece, or did you bring it forward? Because as a newspaper editor, you're either printing paper or you're doing it on electronically.
Well, we in the town of Grover's Corners are in the time that Thornton Wilder gives us, 1901 and 1904, and later 1913. And there's a little bit of blurring with our kind of ambassador, the stage manager, and there's some people in the audience who, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think that's supposed to be a surprise.
Okay.
People in the audience contribute too.
Nobody heard it. Don't worry. Somebody else come forward. Tell me about your role in the play. And you can use both mics. Good morning.
I'm Mark Henry, and I play Doc Gibbs in the play, the local town doctor. And during the play, I deliver twins. So at that time, you have to walk to the house in the town.
Do you pantomime those?
No. It was just like, no, I just come out of it, it's like and all befuddled and.
Yeah, because if you're delivering twins, she could lend you a spatula.
She does play my wife there, so yeah.
Well, then there you go. So you're doing things that doctors don't do anymore. You're making house calls, huh?
Making house calls. That's right.
Yeah.
It's just like being a father, and that's
Having a good time with the role.
very good. It's
Yeah.
like unbelievable cast.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. Good to hear that you're having fun with it. Somebody else come forward. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm John Henry Steelman. I play Simon Stimpson, the church organist choir director, who's also kind of the town drunk.
Well, then there you go. That's enough of a role, huh? You've got plenty to do in a role such as that.
Well, actually, of all the people here, my role's clearly the smallest. It's pretty much just a cameo. I mean, the story's really about the other people here.
But still, that's an important part of the story, too.
Oh, it's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, it is. You're having a good time with it, too. Yeah, terrific. Okay. All right, next. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jacob Brzezlowski, and I am playing George Gibbs, the high school baseball star and Emily Webb's love interest.
Really? Mm-hmm. So you're the son of these two?
Indeed, I am.
All right. You're a high school baseball star. Does the beard have to go?
It does today. Yep, it's coming off. Oh, come on! Don't I look 16 now?
So you've got a love interest in this as well.
Absolutely, I think it's core to the show, and it's part of that small town life of two people, still fairly young and still trying to figure themselves out, but having this sort of feeling that underneath it all, for all this time, they've been meant for each other, and so it's this inevitability for them, and even then, there's this, one of my favorite things in the second act of this play is their conversation that leads to them deciding to, eventually get married. And I think the challenge for me, the way I've interpreted it, is that you're trying to portray to the audience through a single date that these two are supposed to be married, that they are meant for each other. And I think it comes across beautifully.
Yeah. Of course, if you're playing 1901 baseball, the glove is really, really, really small.
Oh, yeah.
You
And
probably have a black eye from a
black
bad hot
eye, maybe a
grounder.
little bit of head trauma.
And back then, a lot of people batted with their hands separated. So you've got decisions to make before that.
Indeed, I do.
I'm sorry, Vanessa. I'm taking over the director's role here.
I've had them for 5 weeks.
Who's next? Come on up and visit with us.
Hello, I'm. Oh, sorry.
Might want to pull that
Oh,
microphone
yeah, I'm
up.
tall.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Bracelyn Weber, and I play the stage manager, not the backstage one, the on-stage one.
Oh, the on-stage
Yeah.
stage manager. So, yeah, he was talking about that earlier. Somebody was about the stage manager. So what's the stage manager do in this particular performance?
It's a really interesting role because the stage manager, where there's not a lot of in like modern theater, there's a lot of set changes and there's a lot of physical things that you can look at and be like, I know where we are. The stage manager's job is kind of to paint all of that in with words. I come in and I like set this whole scene, and then I step back, and then I just come in and I like interfere sometimes for fun. But it's really interesting to just, I'm just like a painter, I guess.
A little narrative work then.
Yeah, a lot of narrative work.
Yeah. Have you done it before? I mean, this sort of a role?
No, actually.
No?
This role I did a little research on Our Town before I auditioned for it, and I was like, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. And then I stepped into it, I'm like, wow, he has a lot to say. And I'm obsessed with how he like illustrates abstract concepts and turns them into solid things that you can be like, oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's really daunting, but really, really exciting.
Very good. Very good. Sounds like you're having fun with it too.
Oh yeah.
All you folks seem like you're having a good time. Good morning. That one you have to pull down now, don't you?
Good morning.
And you are?
My name is Emily Canavan, and I'm playing Emily Webb, which is convenient that I've been called by my first name this entire time.
Yeah.
Love that.
Did you specify that, or is that the way we
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Nah, it's okay. I'm just fooling
Sorry,
with you.
I
Tell
had
me
like
what you're.
I had a script in my head that I was going to say, and I just completely abandoned it.
Yeah. Well, that's good too. That's good too. We're off the cuff here. So tell me about your role and what happens with your character.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think throughout the 3 acts, Emily lives and comes of age and eventually passes away. So it's been such an honor to play such a moving character throughout these stages in her life. Mm-hmm. I think the closing monologue for my character just evokes such an emotion that it's so hard to even put a single label on it because it's so multifaceted and just there's so much in life to appreciate. And I think this play has really opened my eyes to that as someone who, is, relatively young. So it's really opened my eyes to, being so appreciative for the people and places and memories that you have.
So as you get older, your mannerisms have to change too, don't
Yes.
they? Yeah. Was it fun adopting those sorts of things?
Yes.
And did you imitate your grandmother or anything? No.
Unfortunately, I don't live that long.
Did she say fortunately or unfortunately?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
It's definitely fun to kind of revert back to like my teenage self and being a little bit, precocious and, fun in that way. Mm-hmm. So it's been really nice.
Good. I'm glad you like it. All right, Vanessa, wrap this up for us because we're getting a little bit long in the tooth here. We're getting late. So again, show times for this weekend and next weekend.
Yes, so Friday and Saturday showtimes are at 7:30. House and box office open at 7 o'clock. Our Sunday matinees are at 2:30, and the house and box office open at 2 o'clock. And you can also get tickets on our website.
Philadelphia Street Playhouse downtown.
Yep.
Our town. Thank you all for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com.